What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Sal in the building. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Waiting for people to come into the chat room. If you're watching this in the future, you may be able to fast forward while I wait for people to slowly come into the building right now. Let me see who's out there. Wednesday night. What's going on, Roy? Roy now Young. What's going on with you? Anthony Smith, what's going on, bro? There's more people come into the building a little bit, and we'll get some things popping. Yes, indeed. What's going on, Allstel Gray? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, I see you got 7 people. I see YouTube is a little bit behind. So I'm going to go ahead and kick things off. Appreciate all of you guys for joining me. I know there's some people who aren't being counted by the stream, but I can see you here on the other side on my XSplit recorder. So shout out to the people watching right now, whether it be through a phone or a computer or television, wherever you are in the future. I appreciate you. Don't want to keep people waiting who are already in the building. So shout out to all the people who will be joining us momentarily. What's going on, Clay Furious? MillionaireTradingAcademy.com, not training, trading. MillionaireTradingAcademy.com. And what we're doing there is just, a process where I'm teaching people how to generate 4% per month over the next 10, 20, 30 years, because that's the only way that guarantees that you'll become a millionaire. And I'm asking brothers all across the world of any ethnicity and women, put your faith in me and in spreads and in learning futures options, and take $2,500, learn my course, and then take a trade, whether it be in crude, in gold, in the NASDAQ 100 or the S&P 500 futures option that I teach in the course, and figure out how, and you will figure out how my strategy teaches you how to generate that 4% per month. You actually end up earning a lot more than that, but I lowered it down to 4% because that's what we're looking for. Because if you do the math, again, Google it, compound interest calculator. You can Google it, take $2,500, right? 4% on a monthly basis, right? Do it over 20 or 30 years. You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to be a millionaire. And I think 4% is very, very doable if you have $2,500. 4% is $100. If you have $2,500, over 30 days, I need you to figure out how to make $100 in the market. Now, if you can do that, just take that $100 profit, reinvest it, and do it all over again. Whatever extra income you have from a job, part-time income, side hustle, if you put that in the market along with the money that you're making, it speeds up the process. So now we take that pressure off of us to just try to hit a lick every single time. And now it's like, okay, what kind of strategy, what kind of process can I develop, right? That's systematic, that can allow me to go into the market and make a consistent, equitable return that I can do over and over and over again. Because when I study, again, and I don't want to make this too long, but because I go over this in the course, but when I study wealthy people, what you find is a consistent pattern of saving, investing, and a consistent percentage of gain that they were making every single month. Now, for a lot of older people, they were doing everything from like just putting money in S&P 500 or buying QQQ, or they were doing something like that. And I just feel like you can repeat that, but in a different way, all right? In a different way. Our generation, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get that while just throwing it into QQQ. I don't think we're going to get that because we've got a huge down move coming in our lifetime. So what we need to do is we need to be able to trade the market 30 days at a time, right? So that when things turn around, we can just jump out and find something else, to move, because we don't want to just having money sitting there like some people are teaching people, oh, just put it in a dividend and just get dividend earnings every month, or just put it in SPY every month. No, I don't want to sit in the whole thing. I don't want to sit in there, all right? Because I'm telling you right now, one day we're going to wake up and it'll be 1,000 points down. It can happen like that sometimes. What's going on, Stephen Barnard Hunter, Legendary 8, Stockefellow? What's going on, guys? All right. But go ahead and catch it, MillionaireTradingAcademy.com. Let's go ahead and get the show started. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we talked on the show last Wednesday, the market pulled back, just like we said it was going to do, right? We actually went live the all-time high, right? This was the 27th, the last time I was live. We were at the all-time high. In fact, if you started a short the next day after the show, after we said, hey, the market's going to sell off, if you went it with a deep in the money call right there, just 1% in the money on the SPY, that was a 30% return at the low, which was yesterday. All right, so it bounced today, nice bounce. That's why I didn't go crazy on Twitter trying to get everybody, well, we're below the 25, we're below the 25. We actually, ended up closing right above it. So it wasn't a clear sell signal just because of the way that candlestick developed that day. So I know some guys went short. I don't know why you would do that, because that candlestick tells you everything you need to know that wasn't a real you just had some guys who were taking profits, but there was no indication that this move was over, right? This upside move was over, because this candlestick shows that there are still a significant amount of buyers willing to buy the lows. All right. Leon Bouncy said dividends is the way to go. Oh, yeah, if you got a lot of money, absolutely. If you got a lot of money, dividends is the way to go. Absolutely. Now, if you only got $2,500 and depending on the cost of the stock, you only got 6-7 shares, it may not be worth it to you. So today's show, before we get into you guys' tickers, I want to talk about the death of shale oil. The death of shale oil. Now, shale oil, I don't know if I have any oil workers in the building right now who can come into the chat. But what I know and what I've read about it is that it is significantly more expensive to produce than what they call tight oil, which is what we have in Saudi Arabia. So shale oil is basically is predominantly found in the United States. Most of the U.S. oil deposits are shale oil. So shale oil has to be drilled not straight down like in Saudi Arabia, but straight down and then sideways. So it is significantly more labor intensive, and it is significantly more expensive in materials than what the Arabs are doing in the Middle East. In fact, in Saudi Arabia, they can produce crude as low as $7 a barrel. So we know that in the United States, I believe crude right now is going for, I think we just hit 59 or 58.20. 58.20 a barrel right now. So the Saudis can make money on $7, right? Now for us here in the United States, it requires, depending on where you're doing your drilling, it can be required to be as high as $90 for you to be able to make a profit on shale. All right, anywhere between $60 and $90. That's was basically what I was seeing as I was doing research for this show. I'm going to put out on my advanced equity research 14 companies, 10 to 14 companies that are more than likely going to end up going bankrupt in 2020 because they have taken on so much debt over the last several years where crude has basically gone nowhere, and they've been taking out large amounts of debt to sustain themselves. All right. So let me put up a monthly chart just to show you guys how crude has virtually gone, nowhere over the last several years. I think the highest over the last 5 years was about $75 a barrel, and we only stayed there for about a month, about 3 months, right? Early, mid 2018. But for the most part, well over 70% of the time, we've been between, $50 and $56, which hasn't been a very profitable area for U.S. energy producers, drillers, and the companies that service those industries. Many people have been laid off. Many people have lost jobs in the field. If you guys remember, some of you might be old enough to remember, but there was a huge rush in the early 2000s, mid and 2008, 2009. I remember that being in the military. There were a lot of guys who were going up to like North Dakota and South Dakota, and they were all like, yeah, you just show up and they'll give you an $80,000 a year job. There were guys living basically in RVs. Just pull up. Also, all you had to do, just pull up and you get a job. They'd work you like a slave, but you'd make a shitload of money. And supposedly guys would show up and, they'd work for a whole summer or work for a whole year, get a huge bag and then bounce or stay indefinitely. Now, supposedly there's still quite a bit of jobs up there, but it's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be. Electric cars are going to probably take over. But production hasn't still met the declining demand. We still have, unfortunately, a significant amount of production. Now, what happened today or this morning was a report came out showing that supply was unusually low here in the United States. So we saw a big pop this morning in crude. All right. So we saw quite a few stocks up in crude higher. But, the way to play the end of shale oil will be in two ETFs that I think you should be watching anyway. All right. XLE, in fact, let me put on the monthly chart. XLE, which is going to be hitting some 5-year lows and possibly breaking below that. All right. In fact, I don't want to put the Keltner channel on there, but we're slowly riding that lower channel down. Right. We've got some all-time lows, or just I won't say all-time lows, but some lows here, definitely on the RSI, showing where we've talked about, and I put that RSI video between 60 and 30. Right. Between 60 and 30, that's where you kind of get that declining RSI. We're showing where buyers are just no longer interested in the stock. All right. Now, this has got some really interesting components into it, but it's got some components that are really, really struggling on XLE. I'm going to show you one that's even worse than XLE and also just as liquid, if not more, which is XOP. Let me get all my indicators off here so I don't blind you guys. XOP. And XOP has even weaker components. Now at an all-time low of 2066. We should be seeing a bounce here. This is why I'm bringing it to your attention. We should be seeing a slight bounce here. And this is where you probably would want to pick this up on the bounce. This is the monthly chart. The weekly is probably even prettier to look at, where we see the 25 moving average. Again, my favorite moving average has been a clear resistance point. So we got the doji this week developing. We could see a bounce where it tests that 25 again. That would be a great opportunity. But this rising RSI here, the higher lows, has me a bit interested in seeing what else could be developing there. But would be another great possible entry if we get that failed crossing of that 25 moving average. All right. Terrence Reed said, just trade. That's the thing. I teach that in my course, MillionaireTradingAcademy.com. I teach guys how to trade futures options. But a lot of guys in this chat right now don't don't have futures activated on their account. So we've got to find another way to get them involved and possibly, benefiting from the end of Shale. All right. And sometimes trading CL directly doesn't get you the exposure to what's going on, which is a lot of these companies are going bankrupt. Right. If you remember RG, was it KEY? KEGX? Who remembers Key Services? A lot of people don't remember Key Services, but this is a stock I talked about on the show last year, and now they're trading on OTC markets. More than likely will be going bankrupt and will end up becoming QEGXQ. All right, KEGXQ, excuse me. But this is what's happening to a lot of oil companies out here. This is another one of those shale producers. All right, this is another one of those shale producers. Another one is ARTO Resources. Right now, still at 217. Right, still at 217. Again, possible pop, and then we're looking for possible failure of some moving averages where it would be a great opportunity to, again, ride lower. These are stocks that are going to end up just like Key Resources in the pennies. In the pennies. All right. Now, these are not going to be plays that you're going to go in with options. You will have to, go into the market and short these. Margin levels, depending on the stock, but I don't think they'd be very expensive. All right. Many of you guys are already shorting stocks as it is right now. All right. Even though I try to get you into the option world. One ticker they probably can't wait to go dead is Fang. But Fang, much larger company, right? Much larger company. This is a $70, $80 stock here. So not cheap. A little bit more liquidity in the options. But again, another company that's failing. It's slowly but surely working its way much lower. And there's a significant amount of articles out there explaining why. But at the end of the day, it's all about OPEC killing these guys slowly and surely. I mean, these U.S.-based energy companies are dying a very, very painful death. CHK is one of them. Absolutely. Legendary 8s. That's on my list, too. Let me just jump there and go. CHK is another one. CHK, we actually honestly missed the boat. I hadn't done the show in a while. But CHK was, again, going back to some of those old episodes we did a couple years ago, that used to be on our list damn near every day to talk about. Now look at CHK, 74 cents. Could you imagine CHK below $1? That's insane. I mean, if you would have gone back to 2016, when we were looking at it at $6 or $7 or $8, telling me that CHK would be below $1 in less than 3 years, I probably wouldn't believe you. But that's exactly what's happening. All right, that's exactly what's happening. That's why sometimes, again, when we look too closely, just that daily chart, we don't really get a chance to see that bigger picture. And, what we missed out on, what we don't anymore is the fact that we're seeing how that stock was slowly just losing momentum. All right. And again, I got a great RSI video which will explain why RSI will stay between certain levels all while a stock is slowly losing and dying. All right. This is basically just a lack of demand. Buyers no longer wanting the stock and sellers having to lower their bids lower their ask to get out of their trades. All right. This is all lack of demand. Legendary say he made some bank off it last year. That's what's up. All right. Extraction oil and gas. This is another one. This is another penny stock. This is another penny stock right here. $1.49. 4 million shares traded. So this is actually a relatively liquid play. This is another one slowly losing. So, you don't have to go with these. There are quite a number of them that actually have some meat on their bone that you can go after. VET is one of them. VET, $14 a share. Got a 4% bump today because, again, that news on crude. But just like so many of the other plays, it's just another stock that's slowly drowning under its own, debt load. All right. Yeah, this is another one where its current debt levels are nearly 50% of its current market cap. I mean, these companies are drowning. And I'll put the list out on my website. The article's not done yet, but look for that to be posted by tonight sometime, or even maybe early in the morning on my Twitter. So follow me on Twitter, 60-Day Trading, at 60-Day Trading, and I'll post that for you, all these tickers. All right. I also want to give you guys the Wells Fargo investment page, or investment outlook, whatever this is that came out. Wells Fargo put out a 2020 outlook. And in the 2020 outlook, they basically explained that they expect the market to not really go anywhere in 2020. Now, I'm not going to predict the market. 2020 is going to be a long year. There's going to be a lot of things happening. It's an election year, right? So there's going to be a lot of things going on. That's just a huge number. I'm sure there's some kind of mysterious thing around that. 2020, that's really, really interesting. It's a big number. And I expect a lot of things to happen that's going to affect the market. I expect a lot of volatility. But Wells Fargo, this is really interesting. I'm going to post the link in the description so you guys can get this PDF. But what they clearly say here, and I hope you can see it, all right, I hope you can see it clearly. Let me make sure. Is that 2020 forecast, they're expecting 1.8% GDP growth, which isn't great. This is what they're expecting for the whole year. All right, if this is 1.8% GDP growth, which, some may say for a mature economy is okay, but we know we have a president that's been demanding 3-4%. So 1.8% is very, very poor, considering that this year we're probably only going to get 2.5. U.S. inflation is going to be at 2.2, which is low. But again, and the inflation that they come out with, I don't believe it anymore because, just look at what's been going on with rents. Look at what you're doing when you shop at the grocery store. I don't know how they're still using that whole basket thing. But I just feel like this number is unusually low. I don't know if the formula's jacked up, but they need to fix that formula because that is way off. For the high, S&P 500 index, they've got 3,300 as the high for next year. You've got people who say 3,300 is the high for this year. So if we're already at 15 or whatever we are right now, that means we're not going anywhere next year. This right here is what stood out to me in the report. And again, I'm going to share the link with you. It talks a lot about why they feel the market isn't going anywhere, why they feel we're only going to get single-digit EPS growth. 3, 4, 5%. What does it do to the market when you have a company trading at 50, 60 times earnings and is only delivering single-digit EPS growth? That means, those valuations get adjusted, and typically that means adjusted down. All right. So, for example, you can go to, Beyond Meat and see what's been going on with that one. Federal funds rate at 1.25%. I think that's wrong. Again, they are projecting that means no more cuts because we're already about at 1.25. I think we're already at 1.25, if not 1.50. We're already there. So I suspect there's going to be another cut next year, maybe more than one. These people don't want to lose. So I have no doubt that we should see another Fed cut because that's all they got. They're desperate at this point to maintain this rally. And if it comes down to the point where we enter midsummer, late summer, going into the elections and the market is down significantly, I could easily see Trump trying to push another Fed cut to spur the market's hiring and get them some good news into the election. 10-year treasury yield, 1.25, 1.75. Not a big deal there. This is really interesting too. West Intermediate crude, $55 to $65. If that's the case, hell, I mean, those options aren't available now, but that lets us know that we can continue the strategy that I've been teaching in my course, which is, being able to do an iron condor 60 to 90 days out between $40 and $70. We've just been caking it month after month after month for the last 4 to 5 months, every single month, killing that iron condor process because, again, crude has been in a very low volatility zone for the last several months, and we expect it to remain in that. And you can see here that's co-signed by Wells Fargo with what they say is going to be $55 to $65. That's a good level. Not good for the crude companies that I just explained, right? Not good for them because they're not going to be profitable at $55, $60, or $65. But if that's where it's going to be, then we know that those are going to be great shorting opportunities into 2020, and that's why I brought them up today. All right. So that's my position on the market. That's my spiel. Let's go to your tickers now. So just put them in the chat room, and let's see what's popping, what you guys are looking at. My play is still going really well. I had told you guys that Amazon would not see 1,900 for the rest of the year. Nobody believed me. I still got the video out there. Over $3,500 in the last month alone in Amazon. I don't know. Some people just think maybe, I don't know, because I'm black. I don't know what I'm talking about. But here we go with Amazon still fighting to, get out of the 1700s. Still get out of the 1700s. See my video 2 weeks ago. I put an incredible iron condor trade, 1669, 1850 being the top. We're still here. We've been in there now 3.5 weeks. I'll be closing this trade tomorrow. And incredible gain here as Amazon continues to struggle. They lost out on that government contract a couple weeks ago, right? That ended up going to Microsoft. It was was it $3 trillion? It's something like that. It was $2 billion? It might have been $2 billion. $2 billion contract with the federal government to do their IT, basically. I know it's a lot more in depth than that, but they lost out to Microsoft on that deal. So as long as Amazon, again, here's the weekly chart, stays above that 25 moving average, which is been showing a bit of being a wall there, then I was very comfortable going into that trade. All right. No, we're not playing the options. We're not playing the stock. We're playing the options, right? You can trade Amazon very affordably using a spread trading strategy. You'd be surprised, man. You can get into Amazon for $1,000, $1,500 on a good spread. What's going on, Christopher? JL Turn, what's up, man? Yeah, they coming through now. I see you, Stockerfella. All right, let's go. Give me that plug power ticker, man. Let me see. Give me that plug power ticker. NXTC. I don't know much about this. Obviously, it looks like this is a new stock, low volume. I mean, what's got you interested in this? I mean, as you can see here, my indicator can't even pull up on this because we don't have enough data here. It looks like, again, a very new stock, just IPO'd here back in May. So not too much volume on it as well. 500,000 shares traded today. NextCure, $51 stock, not a cheap stock for a stock that probably doesn't have any liquid options. So 51 a share, nice move on it though, 8% move today. So I do see here they had some news about some kind of clinical stage biopharmaceutical drug that they could be making. All right. Plug Power, people still trade Plug Power? incredible, highly volatile stock, right? I mean, this is a stock that can really take off when it gets moving. And, you can see here on the monthly chart, looks like it's had, a pretty good end of the year. It's pulled back here this month, or at least so far this month. Just a couple of pennies, down 2% today on a 8-cent down day. I don't see how this company gets. I mean, I know they were doing something with Apple or something like that, right? Or was it Tesla? But this stock stays liquid as fuck. I mean, it stays liquid as hell, and when it does move, it can move. I mean, we've talked about plug power in the past. When I was big into penny stocks, this was the play. I mean, it was the play many times. Many times. So obviously something's building up there. Let me take a just look at the daily chart here, because these stocks, they'll drive you crazy. You're holding them too long. Okay, but yeah, it's again riding my favorite indicator up. Holding it. Again, today was a bit of a down day, but it's again holding that 50 RSI level. That's very good. You gotta stay above that to maintain that upside movement, right? Stocks that go up, stay above the 50 RSI. All right? Stocks that go up, stay above the 50 RSI. So as long as it continues to do that, then things should look good. All right? As you can see here, this is why it does clearly on the weekly chart, staying above those high RSI levels. Is that 50 line right there? I have it dotted. All right, stocks that go up stay above those levels. They don't come down. Not too often anyway. And if they do come down, it's because they top out. All right, they'll top out and just come to 50 just to get a breather and go. All right, to get a breather and go. Here's Apple. Apple, a monster. They have Alzheimer's drug. Okay, that's what's up, Christopher. That's what's up. Let me see ASLN. Okay, y'all bringing up that penny stuff. Okay. ASLN. Yeah, I saw that spike. But again, man, this is stuff that you gotta have to chase. You gotta get the borrows. This is just. I'm trying to get my people to upgrade from this. You know what I mean? We trying to get real money up in here, I'm not saying that guys who trade this aren't making real money. I'm just saying, we're trying to trade a consistent strategy that someone can come in and generate money right away. Learning curves are good, but we need, our community needs money now. You know what I'm saying? We're not 5 years from now, our community needs money right now. So we need to get into a strategy that can get the little money we have working, investing and generating returns right away. All right, so y'all give me some tickers, man. I know you guys are trading something. Roku. There we go. Let me see what you guys are. Yeah, what you guys are trading. Roku. Yeah, monster play, man. Again, this is another one. We had I could have had a huge winner in Roku. I mean, I posted the video. Look at that video. That was an incredible trade. And then we had somebody write a shit article, and that really hit us hard. But it really recovered, right? Look at that. This was the trade right here. I remember just like yesterday. It sold off aggressively, and then it just came back, man. It just came back, hit that 50 RSI, which is basically the 25 moving average. And, it just recovered beautifully. The bulls just came in and just saw that buying opportunity. And it's taken off. And Roku is just exactly what it's showing it to be. I mean, it's $150, and I said it in that video. It's $150 to $160 stock. They're generating incredible buzz for the product. People love it. It's basically it's not an Android box, but they've got their own little OS, and they don't carry any program. They carry other people's programming, right? Other people's software, and you can take it with you. Hotels, schools, airports. I mean, there's so many opportunities that they can place their product in, and they can come up with new designs, I mean, there are tons of things that they can do. Now, what they're also doing is partnering up. This is actually like a year or two ago. They're partnering up with television manufacturers to put Roku systems built into the TV. All right, so you've seen that a lot now. So, I mean, they've got incredible amount of lines of business where they can make some really good money. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful company. And again, as long as they continue to produce, this thing is going to continue to be a monster, man. We remember Roku at $37. I told you, I made a video telling you how I lost over $7,000 betting against Roku. Cried about it for 2 days straight. Because that was a considerable amount of money for me at the time. But I never bet against it again. I'll tell you that much. TGT, what's going on? Ryan gets it. Target is a really interesting one here, Ryan, because I looked at the play after you tweeted me about it, and after every stock, when people tell me, of course I go online and I try to see what people are talking about it, and Jim Cramer is all over this stock. I mean, he's really excited about it. But man, at these levels, man, I'm just like, how high can you go up here? You know what I'm saying? How high can you go up here? Look at Target, man. Look, this has been the year of Target. If I'm correct, they're up 48% or something like that for the year. I mean, you can pull it up on bar chart. So Target this has been a monster year. They have delivered on e-commerce, sales. I mean, they knocked it out the park, right? I read the ER report. It was incredible, man. It's incredible, and when I spoke to someone about Target, they summed it up so perfectly. They're like, damn, I went to Walmart and I couldn't find what I was looking for, and I had to get it at Target. I was mad because I had to go back home, dress up to go to Target. That's how people look at Target. They give it a different level of respect. You know what I'm saying? They go into Target, they feel like they got to look better to go into Target. So Target is a place where people are willing to go in there, pay a bit of premium pricing, right? Because what's at Target is a little bit more expensive than what's at Walmart. All right, if you do any shopping on your own, you know that. So Target just hits it out, man. They're willing. Yeah, Starbucks is in Target. It's a different scale, right? It's a different scale. Their margins are better, and they're able to do that because they make it worth it for you to go in there and spend a little bit more extra for the same products. You can go get it at Walmart, some of them, right, and pay a little bit less. But they figured out how to get that, how to get people to go in there and pay more for the same things. But they've also got some exclusive things. All right, they've also got some exclusive deals at Walmart. At Target, and those typically are going to be your home devices that are a bit more upscale. All right, you're going to find a little bit more upscale home-end devices for the kitchen, for the bedroom, things like that. You're going to find at Target. You're not going to find a lot of the cheap Chinese crap that you might find at Walmart, the $20, $30 stuff. You're not going to find that at Target for the most part. All right? Walmart. Yeah, at Walmart, you walk into Walmart, you got women out there with the titties hanging out, no bra, just, jiggling all over there. They sometimes they look like they just got out of bed. Me and my girl go to Walmart a lot, and it's just, you just feel dirty walking in there. Shout out to Renee. I see you in the chat room. You just feel dirty walking into Walmart sometimes. I feel dirty. Walmart is one of the few stores that, when I was working at a call center and I had to wear business casual, I felt overdressed when I walked into Walmart. I'm like, damn, I'm a little overdressed in here. Because everybody's so dusty. everybody's so dusty in Walmart, you just feel out of place. You feel like you should be a manager or something. Brothers just walking around, no haircut, just hella dusty, man. I don't know what it is about Walmart. But Starbucks was packed. Yeah, that's what it is, man. It's a different crowd in Target. Let's keep it moving. YOV, Move Out Sciences. Okay, don't know anything about this play. We'll put this up here. Donzel SXE. I don't know much about this. Looks again a relatively new company again, right? Not much detail for us. It's only been trading for 4 years now. Just looking at the shadows here, it's got some huge moves up and down. So just let us know a little bit more about it. You said they thought I was the manager. Oh, yeah, basically look like the manager. Yeah. Because when you walk into Walmart, the nicest person, the person dressed the best at Walmart is the manager. You can't say that for many other stores but Walmart. All right? You can't go walk in the Best Buy and say that. You can't do it. You can't say that in Target. You know what I mean? But Walmart, you can say that. I mean, the best dress is probably the manager. That's facts, man. NOI, unless you go on a Sunday. If you go on a Sunday, you see all the country folks who dressed up and, on their Sunday best. But if it's not a Sunday, it's a dust fest, man. NIO is the ticker we're looking at right now. What is this? Okay, NIO. Oh, so this was this was that fake Chinese Tesla, right? This is like the Chinese version of Tesla. All right, this is looking more like a pump and dump. Every day time goes by, it looks like a pump and dump. What happened to the Chinese version of Netflix? What was their ticker again? Wasn't it like IQ or something? Was it IQ? I completely forgot about them. This is another stock that had incredible run way back when. All right, this was supposed to be the stock that was going to take on Netflix in China, and nothing happened. But although the weekly looks like something's about to happen here. IQ. I don't know what the float is there anymore, but that used to be a very interesting stock back in the day. Real money is in coffee and wine. What do you mean by that, Leon? McDonald's 220 call, 170 put. Yeah, I mean, I had a play in McDonald's. If you hashtag Simple Trading Method on Twitter, I think I posted it up there. Well, yeah, McDonald's was tapped out. I mean, we saw it in the earnings report. Again, low single-digit growth. China isn't really working. And, I mean, investors made them pay because they couldn't justify the valuation anymore. Why was it trading at 30 times earnings when at the end of the day they sell hamburgers, right? Is it really? It's not a technology company. I mean, it's still at the end of the day a business that sells hamburgers. But they're figuring it out, man. I mean, the digital screens are great. They just have to figure out how to get the shit off the screens. If you guys see that article where it talks about all the doo-doo that's on the McDonald's screens, the touch screens, they found significant portions of doo-doo, all right, on the screens, bro. So when you touch that screen, make sure you clean it. Now they've been having little sanitizer wipes near the screen. And I went to one store in particular where they actually clean it now regularly. But there's an article on that on Google. You can find that very easily, where there's they found significant amounts of shit on the screens, and when they tested it with the bacteria that was on there. Yeah, you got people coming from God knows where. Everybody's putting their hands on their screen and then putting it on their fries. Oh, yeah. That's why the McDonald's bathrooms be so spotless. I'm like, these people come in here and just start eating. I used to say that a lot when I was a kid working at the fry station. These motherfuckers just come in here, just start eating. Who knows where they go? Did they even wash their hands? They just order, take the bag, and just start putting it in their mouth. All right. You made a lot of money off NIO pumping up. Man, what y'all need to do is jump on this Beyond Meat, because this Beyond Meat is about to run again down. I think Beyond Meat can go back to that IPO price, that $45 IPO price. I mean, Beyond Meat is done, man. It's done. I think Beyond Meat could end up getting OTC'd. That's how bad. Well, it may not ever get that bad, but I think they can get back. They can get down to a $1 billion valuation. They can get down to a $1 billion valuation, but I think they did deliver maybe like $600 million in return in revenue. So maybe, mid 40s again. But boy, I've made some good money on Beyond Meat. We saw that coming from a mile away. Because coffee is a drug addiction and wine is money. Okay. NIO is legit. We just got to see it in the chart, Donzel. That's all. We got to see it in the chart. Outlook Therapeutics for traded up 40% to $1.50. See, the problem with penny stocks is you got to keep chasing, man. And when you're doing a show like this, and you guys don't get the emails from people who like, man, I saw it on your show and I bought it and it went down. What the fuck? You told me to buy the stock. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't get them emails. So when we looking at these OTCs or these pennies that run for a day or two, you turning my people into bag holders, man. That's why, I had to step my game up a little bit. Is Home Depot a good buy? Yes, I actually like Home Depot, especially with the rate cuts. I think we're going to continue to see, incredibly home buying, higher prices. Although prices should stabilize, and in fact, that's in that Wells Fargo report. Oh, let me share that link before I forget. All right. And if you're watching this in the future, email me at happypennystocks@gmail.com. I'll email it to you. But it goes straight to the PDF, so be careful clicking on that link. And I also put it on Twitter. I'll put it on Twitter for those of you guys who forget or just want it later. I'll put it on Twitter later. But yeah, Home Depot still looks, look, it broke the 25 moving average, all right? So don't jump into it just yet. Right now it looks like a sell right now on the weekly chart. So don't jump into it yet. All right, we need to see some buying here. When I pull up with my Keltner channels, all right? Yeah, my Keltner channels, that's a sell signal. So let's take a look at the monthly. Are we below the 10? Ooh, just below the 10. Well, we're not below the 10 just yet. Let's see how it reacts. But if we break the 10 moving average, that's not good, right? If we break the 10 moving average on Home Depot, what we see is that it tends to continue on for a bit before coming back. And it's at least several, this is almost several months. It's almost 4 or 5 months before we got back above that. But here's about a month. So we'll see how things play out. The 10 moving average on the monthly is at 213.62. Woo, we're so close. So let's see how things play out. But right now it looks like a sell on Home Depot. Again, my favorite moving average is the 10 and the 25. When things were going good, just look at the width, right? When you're using a dual moving average strategy, you can tell how strong the trend is by the width of the distance between the moving averages. You can see this is very, very strong. It shows that buyers are truly committed. But now, obviously something's changed, and we could just have some profit taking here, but we got to see it show up in the chart. So we'll see what happens here. People hardly buy that overpriced shit. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten different opinions on it, man. People love Beyond Meat, and but I have heard that the McDonald's thing hasn't been going too well. So, that's maybe why we were not hearing too much news about it. Leon said Beyond Meat does not taste good. Beyond Meat 30 strike, 79 day at 18 cents for the 30. You're going out the way 30? Woo! Well, I mean, for 79 days, I guess it's not too bad, because even if you get the move down, all right, you'll still be able to put some money on those. All right. You'll be able to put some money on those. Even though I would have loved if Ryan, you came up a little bit like the 50s. See what the 50 is going for, that 50 strike. I mean, 30 is, it could get to 30, but again, you might just be looking for the big move down. All right, I'll put some money on those. Beyond Meat looking like a toilet stock. It is a toilet stock. All right. It had a toilet valuation. It had a toilet valuation. I wouldn't say it's a toilet stock. It had a toilet valuation. There are many, many more horrible stocks than Beyond Meat. All right. Let's take a look at some other plays here. AMD. Semiconductors. Is it Beyond Meat is like Bitcoin? Speaking of Bitcoin, Bitcoin futures options is coming out January 13th. That will be in my trading course a couple days after it's released, while I play around with it. My problem with Bitcoin futures options is that the implied volatility will be so high. I know it's not going to be cheap. That's the problem. I don't know what they're going to be doing about the pricing. Implied volatility affects pricing on options. So the volatility on Bitcoin is insane. Maybe not as much as it was back in the day, but it can still get up there. So I don't know what it's going to be doing to those pricing, but I wouldn't be surprised if those options are as expensive, if not more expensive than Amazon. I mean, they're going to be, they can't be cheap. I don't expect them to be cheap, because some of the moves that those options are going to make, man. I mean, if you are a god at technical analysis, God level, you're going to make so much money with Bitcoin futures. Oh, and you're going to get leverage too. You get the leverage of futures options. Hopefully you get the liquidity. I think you're going to get the liquidity, because all the Bitcoin fanboys, now they're going to be able to trade Bitcoin the way they really want to. And you're going to be able to throw away that Coinbase bullshit and all these other little crappy exchanges. And now through a traditional account, you can get approved for futures options and you can trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin and spreads, I don't know. That'd be tough. I mean, it would have to be depending on how wide the spreads get, because when Bitcoin's hot, man, it moves. When Bitcoin, it's like $500, $600 a day. So how wide are those spreads going to be? So I wouldn't even do a spread option on Bitcoin. Bitcoin would have to be something you play pure directionally. You either think it's going up or you think it's going down, and then you got to have a time frame where that's going to happen at. But it's going to kill a lot of these little exchanges that guys were fucking with, because now, you're going to be able to trade it, 24/6 or no, 24/5. You got, no PDT rule, leverage. You're probably not going to get the 10-for-1 like you get on the S&P futures options, but you might get 5-for-1, 6-for-1, something like that, like they give you on gold or silver. And it's gonna be good, man. it's going to be good. So if you hear about it, you'll start to see those channels pop up. Bitcoin futures options channels pop up. Just know you heard about it here first. What's wrong with Uber stock? Well, the problem with Uber is that, they just lost their business in London. All right, they just lost their business in London. What's going on in London is that those black cabs are basically a gangster monopoly, and they've been able to corral the UK's government to convince them to basically ban Uber. All right, through some technical bullshit for the most part. And London happens to be their most lucrative market in Europe, and it plays a significant part of their earnings internationally, at least in Europe. So, that's not good for the stock, and it's having a hard time, taking off. Lyft is doing a lot better. Lyft is doing a lot better than Uber. And I saw on CNBC somebody like a week or two ago said they can imagine Lyft buying Uber and taking Uber's name. I said, wow, that would be incredible, because Lyft was supposed to be the joke, right? Lyft was like, they're supposed to be that long distance second, right? Because nobody says, hey, I'm going to go take Lyft. Everybody says Uber. Even though they go get a Lyft, I'm going to Uber. I'm hopping on the Uber. So, but Uber, they went into meal delivery. They all into a whole bunch of other things, which is taking a lot of money off their books. They're losing money at Uber Eats, a lot of money. While Lyft is focused on, again, their ride sharing business. So it's a case where one person is distracted and globally focused, and now having to deal with the headwinds of governance. And one is just stuck to what they know and do best, and is slowly making its run higher. It came out and said they have possibility of being profitable in 2 years. Lyft did, where Uber has not and cannot mention that. So yeah. I'm not in any stocks right now. All futures options. I'm playing crude, playing gold, and I'm playing the S&P 500 right now. Right? And I'm going to be taking a short position in one of these oil stocks that I talked about earlier in the show. All right? If you want to know about my trading strategy, it's MillionaireTradingAcademy.com. Is eBay a true alternative to Amazon? I don't think so. No, I wouldn't say that. Is eBay an alternative to Amazon? I think eBay had their chance, man. I think eBay had their chance, and they just, I don't know if maybe it just didn't click or what, but Amazon is just so much bigger now. Amazon has just dwarfed them. There was a time where eBay, was a better company than Amazon, was a bigger company than Amazon. But, eBay, for the most part, you do have retailers on there that sell products. But eBay, doesn't focus solely on new products the way Amazon does. Right? Amazon sells new products. That's the focus, is new products. And, besides the quick delivery, right? You get the overnight delivery with Amazon. You can get same-day delivery, 2-night delivery. I mean, I've still, order on eBay and sometimes still have to wait a week because some of these sellers will sleep on your order. I'm like, God damn, man, have you shipped this shit or what? Most eBay sellers are A-okay, though. Most eBay sellers are A-okay, but you still once in a while will get a seller that's playing around. ZB bonds have been running. Yeah, man. Those bonds have been doing really good. And again, that's in my course too. The T bonds. And again, we played the 30-year, which I like better than the 10 and the 2. All right. Well, let me just pull up the C-bond futures here. All right. So I was looking at these. Yeah, this is the levels that I was looking at earlier. Move that back up down here. There we go. So I was looking at these earlier, but still not comfortable with it just yet. But did highlight this in the course as well. But I'd really love it if traders stuck to what we know and what we have a lot of information on. The problem with, when you're talking about treasuries is that, there's a lot of macro forces that you don't have a lot of information for, that you can't properly calculate, and you can get burned if you don't know what you're doing. It's kind of like Forex, right? Forex is looks incredibly lucrative, but so many guys lose because they don't have all the information. They think they do, but they really don't. To be good at Forex requires a level of sophistication regarding macroeconomics that the average person really doesn't have. That's why so many of them have to sell the Forex lifestyle in order for them to get you to buy. They can't really sell, hey, look at my strategy, because they don't have a strategy. There's no strategy for Forex. A lot of it is just guessing. There's no strategy. If you don't understand the fundamentals, it is what it is. Indeed. Hey, Baya, you said your account is blocked. You can't even drop the paid chat option. Why are you blocked, man? We did have that issue. Your other channel is Freedom Traders. What was the name of the account that was blocked? Was it Freedom Traders? Yeah, we had an issue with that last week when I was on here. I thought I got everybody, but I'll make sure I go back and look who's on the block list. Yeah, I can see Abeya. I can see him, but he's saying with his other account he can't see us. StockX sneakers stole mad customers from eBay. Yes, Shopify, absolutely. Shopify, is delving into eBay, right? Shopify is an incredible thing where you kind of pay a fixed cost. And, finally, as a seller, if you're really good with being able to, build a customer base or get customers through online advertising, then you can really skip those eBay fees that can cut into your earnings. All right. You said you put Yang 2020 in there. I don't have anything against Yang. I don't have anything against Yang 2020 at all. StockX is incredible. I wish they were publicly traded, but I mean it's basically a stock exchange for goods. I haven't used it. I've never bought anything on StockX before. That's another thing where the spreads be so wide, especially on some of these shoes, man. Them things be wide as hell. One guy's trying to sell it for $800 and another guy only wants to pay $300 for it. I mean, I'm like, man, I'm good on that. I appreciate you, man. If you want to drop some cash, hit up the PayPal in the description, man. Don't give it to YouTube. YouTube's gonna get a 30% cut on that. When you give it to somebody on YouTube through YouTube, they take 30%. Let's keep it going. SPE, SPCE. Virgin. Okay, yeah, this is the space. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. He don't even talk about it. When they bring him on CNBC, they don't even bring this up. They don't even bring this up. His little space stock. I don't know why he got rid of the airline, Virgin. They ended up selling it to Alaska Airlines, and then Alaska just closed shop. They just basically just took the planes, and they said fuck the brand and got rid of it, even though the brand was personally on the higher level than Alaska Airlines. Square, very interesting. The CEO went and said that he's going out to Africa because, he basically figured out that Americans aren't dumb enough to put all their money in Bitcoin. So now he's like, all right, well, 80% of Africans don't have bank accounts. Let me just go out to Africa and hustle up these Africans into cryptocurrency. You know what I mean? So he's going out to Africa. He says he's going to go out to Africa. He's going to continue to run Square and Twitter from Africa, which he can do. There are people trying to go at him on that. But look, there's internet there. There's phones and stuff like that. So he'll be able to make it happen. He's got enough money to build out what he's trying to do. But what they're trying to do is to get them on board with digital currency. And it could work. It could very well work out there, man. I mean, at the end of the day, most of those African currencies are shit because they don't allow them to back their currencies through what's actually valuable, which is the gold under their feet. So their paper, these little paper currencies that they have in Africa aren't worth anything. So he might be able to figure out a way to get some Africans on some cryptocurrency, have it be a hedge to the shit currencies that they have, and be able to make another billion off of it. I said my podcast yesterday had looking up articles on how to be more secure in relationships. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what it is, man. That's the life. You know what I mean? That really is what happens when you. And again, I didn't want to make it seem like everybody in the hood is destitute, because that's not. You got people out there who are really making a living, doing what they can, making good money. But you also have a significant amount of women who, they just looking for somebody to latch onto. And when they can feel that energy, exuding out of you, that you got something going on with yourself, you end up in situations. Yeah, y'all press the like button, man. Y'all press the like button on this video right now. All right. So let me get some more tickets from you guys, man. Y'all trading or what? Let me see here. Right. We were seeing a breakout of these Russell 2000s. That was a real interesting move today. All right, on the Russell. But we've created an all-time high again last Wednesday. So that's the new level. Let's see if we can break out of that, man. I don't know. I mean, some of these, what we saw today, I think we continue to see all-time highs being created. But I'm going to be really interesting to see what the first quarter of 2020 looks like, because it might get ugly, man. It might get ugly up there. So we're going to see. This rest of this month, I think we glide sideways a lot for the rest of this month. Yeah, man, it's crazy. People like that podcast. I after I put it out, I was honestly feeling like I was maybe too raunchy, man. I was like, man, because motherfuckers be trying to judge you on shit. You know what I mean? Like, man, you just exploiting black women, man. You just out there exploiting black women. And I'm like, dude, that's just real shit, man. This is just what happens out here. I hope my girl never listens to it. LK, let's go look at that. Oh, Luckin Coffee, yeah, Luckin Coffee is the Chinese version of Starbucks. You got a lot of people who believe that this can beat Starbucks in China, which it could. Chinese are very brand conscious, though. But at the same time, we're in a war with China of words when it comes to the trade deal, which we will never get. All right. I've said that many times on the show. I said that on the show last. There ain't going to be no damn trade deal. All right. There will never be a trade deal. All right. It's so funny how they've been able, how sometimes them folks will lower the standards, lower the bar for their own. But if this was Barack Obama, they would have lynched his ass if he went 2.5 years saying he was going to get something and he didn't get it. This is crazy. First it could be ready any day now. Then it went 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 years. Now it's phase 1, phase 1A, phase 1AA. Come on, man. Y'all full of shit. You know what I mean? Y'all let this man just say all kind of bullshit and never get it done. But if it's one of us, man, they'd be killing him in the media right now. 2.5 years going through the same shit over and over and over and over again. All right, then. I didn't even know you were still listening, Renell. Let me see here. Yeah, phase 15, all that stuff. They still talking about that, man. And they not even judging the dude, bro. They not even judging the dude. Not one has the courage to say, man, this is ridiculous. It's been 2 years and this man hasn't delivered. None of them got the courage to say that. They lower the bar for each other, man. It's crazy. They lower the bar for each other like crazy. But let it be one of us, man. If you don't deliver on something, oh God, DeMarcus, you said you're gonna do it. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, you know what? You really let me down, man. You really let me down. You get paid too much money to do that, man. Oh man, the whole thing is over, man. I mean, they gonna talk to you like you shot somebody. If you do something on the job and it don't work out, oh my God, it's like you shot somebody. I've said that a couple times on the show. Let's keep it going. AIRG. Air gain. All right. Don't know much about it. No real volume on this one though. No real volume on this. But I mean, not going in the right direction. If that's what you want to hear, I mean, are you trying to play the bounce here or what? Because even on the monthly chart, I mean, it's not pretty. Even on these higher time frames, I'm not seeing anything interesting. And with the low volume, I mean, it's, this spread, 75,000 shares traded daily. Man, them spread has got to be ridiculous. I mean, you got penny stocks that do better than that. Ulta Beauty. Yeah, Ulta Beauty. I mean, all these beauty stocks. I was actually surprised. Is Revlon still trading? These beauty stocks. Revlon is dead. Okay, Revlon is too old. Because these beauty stocks come in. It really depends on the generation that they're for. Ulta, and then you had, what's that door-to-door beauty company? Renell, you still watching? What's that door-to-door beauty company that was publicly traded? And it's not door-to-door, but it's multi-level marketing. What was the name? It was Pink. God, what was the name of that? I know somebody here knows what it is, but a bunch of it's mostly older ladies in their 40s who are doing that shit. Practically everybody mama got caught up into that bullshit. My mama never got caught up into it, but a lot of Avon, there we go. Everybody had at least one woman in their family that was selling that bullshit. Avon. Somebody at church. Somebody at, just bothering your mama to sell them damn lipsticks and all that other crap. My mama never got caught up into that bullshit though, but I know a lot of people's mamas did. Yeah, see, we just showed you the chart for Ulta Beauty, and then Avon and Revlon, they're just going this way. I mean, they're just going straight down. It's because it's a generational thing. It's all a generational thing. Ulta Beauty is about younger women, fashion and looking beautiful and light and clear, and you know what I mean? It's all generational. Revlon and Avon, they just been left in the dust. Ulta Beauty not looking like a buy here though, my man. What's got you interested in it? You said you're looking to make a deal, and Ulta Beauty. I don't know what they're, because a lot of beauty companies they get caught up into the whole influencer thing, because that's really big for the beauty space, particularly online. A lot of women could make some good money. I know some women who could make some good money if they would just be bold enough, get online, get consistent. Man, these companies are cutting checks. These companies are cutting checks. Look at me, man. If I was, no homo, but if I was a fine female, if I looked like my girl, and I can't, man, there'd be 300, 500 people in this room right now, and I had big titties like she did. I just had my titties out, makeup on. Oh my God, I'd make so much money. I try to tell these women, I'm like, man, stop being scared, stop being afraid, stop thinking about what some other bitch is gonna say about you. Just turn a camera on and get your paper. You know what I mean? These women out here getting bread. You playing games. You playing games, man. You ain't even got to be good. I mean, just have some personality. You know what I mean? Man. Start now, get perfect later. That's an audio book I was listening to the other day. Start now, get perfect later. That's the thing about black folks. We feel like we got to be perfect right out the gate. That's why a lot of us don't jump at stuff. You know what I mean? We feel like we got to be perfect. We got to do all the research and it's just excuses not to start. Just start and worry about getting perfect later. That's a good audio book everybody should download. What else you guys got? UNG, natural gas. Okay. Yeah, natural gas has been... I mean, the problem with natural gas is, man, it's just that, one, demand has been going down, but also the process. In doing research for today's episode, I was like, the process to do it has just been getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And because of that, you've had a lot of people being able to come into the game, and those margins are getting tight. It's just becoming too cheap now. Not to say it's not valuable. I mean, it's still a billion-dollar business, trillion, whatever it is. But it's clear in the chart that natural gas is it's been losing its steam since, and I'm sure this is split adjusted. All right, let's go to some lower time frames. Well, yeah, see, it's all over the map, man. Ulta Beauty is going up to $350 in 2 months. Okay. Ulta is good for putting credit spreads around 230. Okay. I wish I had some credit spreads in Tesla not too long ago, man. Before I knew how many guys were excited about this damn truck. FPay Flex Shopper. Man, I wish I never deleted this video I had in Flex Shopper. I had Flex Shopper as a promotion back in 2014, man. They paid me a little over $3,000 to do a video for Flex Shopper. If some of you may have seen that, I can't believe I deleted this video, because they had told me they were going to pay me again and they never followed through on it. So I got pissed off and I deleted the original video. But I had FPay, I had Flex Shopper when it was nothing. It was a nothing stock. I mean, this was no, well, this is no, I see, this is when it was in OTC. So yeah, this is now the NASDAQ. But we used to trade on the OTC. You can look up articles on Flex Shopper. It used to trade on the OTC and it was trading for pennies. They uplisted. But they used to trade on the OTC markets. And this Flex Shopper used to be like a penny stock. I don't think it was ever a triple, but it was down there, like 25 cent, 30 cent. Just put FPay and then OTC, and a whole bunch of articles will come up. And Flex Shopper, I thought it would be a bigger business than it is. I mean, I thought it would catch on. I mean, basically what they do is they give you, it's like Rent-A-Center, but completely online. It's like Rent-A-Center, but completely online. You order what you want, and then you pay for it in payments. They ship it out to you, PlayStation 4s, computers, everything, and then you pay for it over time. What's going on, Dawson? Do I have something against Etsy? Nah, man, if I don't see your ticker right away, it's because, shit is moving. And I'm in the zone. You said Aunt Jemima. That's hilarious. Y'all know y'all love some damn Aunt Jemima. Aunt Jemima is the breast that's fed millions. All right. Y'all need to see them old Aunt Jemima boxes. They got the nice little, race sensitive Aunt Jemima box. But them old Aunt Jemima boxes, they used to, they just have her with her titties on the floor, and they love Aunt Jemima, man. Y'all white folks love y'all some Aunt Jemima. And there's a really good book on Aunt Jemima that I read a while ago, man. Let me find out hold on. Aunt Jemima book. Because I've always been interested in that character. Because I'm like, why would somebody want or allow a box like this with a character like this to still exist in modern day time? Yep, it's called Slave in a Box. There we go. Slave in a Box, The Strange Career of Aunt Jemima. And how she became so popular. And it's based off, not one particular woman, but a range of women, but particularly the mammy archetype of the pre-Civil War era, and how she became immensely popular during the early 1900s, during that whole lost cause era where they kind of like, thought about the Southern pride thing, and how a lot of women really, like, they looked to Aunt Jemima as like, okay, if I use this, I still have like a slave with me. It's some deep ass shit, man. Some real deep ass shit. You gotta read that book. But like, women who buy that, they psychologically they feel like there's a slave, like there's a woman teaching them or cooking them the food. It's deep, man. It's deep shit. And that's why she still exists. Pro Woman J said that's why they love Oprah. Yeah, they like Big Oprah though. They didn't like Little Oprah. Remember, Big Oprah was the one that they loved that much. Little Oprah, now it's just basically if you really, really fuck with Oprah. But Big Oprah is the one they loved. Big Oprah was way bigger than Oprah now. For you guys who are old enough, if I've got anybody in here who's in their 50s or 60s, you know what I'm talking about. Oprah was way bigger back in the day than she is now. Big Oprah. So what's the race sensitive box? The race sensitive box is the box they got now, which is just her face, and she's got like an afro, which is a low key dig. Which is an insult on the low, because they still gotta make it a little racist. I was like, okay, well, we can't put an apron on her, but we'll give you a fucking jury curl. So they love the color purple Oprah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They love the color purple Oprah. Big old cheeks and everything like that, just looking a hot mess. Yeah. That's why they love, what's her name? What's that singer now. She was on the top charts. Big old. I mean, this girl is big. I mean, look. I'm sure she makes good music. I've never heard of her music. It starts with an L. What's her name? I mean, they love Lizzo. There we go, Lizzo. She's another one they like to big up. Now, Kelly Price is kind of cute though. I like Kelly Price. Kelly Price can blow. Kelly Price can blow. Lizzo is just, she's another one. Those kind of those backhanded insults. Did I hear about Zimmerman suing? Yeah, that's just gonna get kicked out. They shouldn't even be giving that man any kind of shine. And then I read about the fact that he's using the lawyer he's using to sue the Trayvon Martin is the same lawyer who tried to do a citizen's arrest on Barack Obama. Y'all remember that? He's the same lawyer. He tried to do a citizen's arrest on Barack Obama. Boy, I'm telling you, man, these white supremacists they just sit up and up all night, all day, just trying to plot. Yeah, read up on that. He tried to do a citizen's arrest on Obama back in the day. Talking about he wasn't really from America and all type of bullshit. Ledsy, who's that, Money Green? But yeah, Lizzo, her whole vibe right now is a backhanded insult. Her whole vibe right now is a backhanded insult. Because you got a lot of queen sisters out there that look really good, making really good music, that are much better than Lizzo, but they like it, oh yeah, Lizzo, oh my God. Oh my God, Lizzo. Because they know you don't like her. They know black folks don't like Lizzo. And that's why they bigging her up. That's why they love the Queen and Slim movie. You know what I mean? The Queen and Slim movie. That's why they love that movie so much. Because they know your ass is getting shot up in that movie at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It made them feel better to see the black cop get shot. The good black cop get shot. You know what I mean? That's why they love the Queen and Slim movie. 5 stars. Oh, my God. Oh, 5 stars. And the good white folks will tell you, man, like, man, Sal, that movie is so fucking racist, man. That movie's so fucking racist. I'm like, yeah, you're right. There's so much, oh man, there's so much little programming in that movie. Y'all gotta go see it, man. It already flopped, so I mean, it already flopped, so you ain't really patting their pockets too much to go see it now. But that movie's so full of programming, it's ridiculous. I just went ahead and downloaded the little stream off Pirate Bay. I appreciate you, Stock Trapper. Yeah, man, it's every Wednesday right now. I'm just trying to get, current with it, get back into the flow of things. But right now I'm putting out podcasts that's being well received, so I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. And I put out 2 podcasts just to give an idea of what, dudes was really trying to see. And I put out one that's just, top 5 things traders do wrong. And I put one where it was just, about just my story and things that I've been through. And guys really, they really love anything about some titties or some ass. So they really love that one. The views just started coming in. I was like, God damn. I ain't had this many comments. So no, y'all love something about some money and some titties. Brothers love that. Brothers love anything when it comes to getting a check that's going to get some ass. But there's nothing wrong with that. You're a man. That's what's supposed to happen. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't hear me say that and make, feel bad about it. No, you're a man. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to be, thinking about, okay, who can you break off? Unless you're married, what I mean? Then you got to settle for what you got. You know what I'm saying? Settle for what you got or take her to Dr. Miami and get it better. All right. Speaking of Dr. Miami, me and my girl, we got a plan to get her to Dr. Miami or somebody like that. Because I'm trying to get her, to look like Jolande. Y'all know who Jolande is from Instagram? Jolande Jaguar is a beautiful older sister. I'm not even into older women like that. This woman is maybe in her late 40s, early. I don't think she's 50 yet, but late 40s. Jolande Jaguar, Jalande. Let me type it out for y'all. I ain't got time to go dig out her picture or nothing like that to show y'all. Jolande Jaguar. I don't know why she old as hell in the head when she call herself that. Woo, that sister's fine. That sister's fine. Yeah, she got a rack just like I like it too. She got a rack just like I like. Oh, that's exactly right, Terrence. That's why I chase money. That's exactly why I talk about money. I chase money. As soon as I started talking about money, the people who had a very dusty mentality or who had a very what's the word for it? It's a mindset. Gosh, what's the word for it? But they have a mindset of lack, of poverty. They just got away from me, man. Because every time I'm around you, you're just talking about money. Yeah, man. Because money rules everything around me, man. Everywhere I go, somebody wants some money. When I go to eat, they want some money. To keep my phone on, they want some money. You know what I mean? So I might as well just chase the money if I want to survive in this country. Scarcity. There we go. The scarcity mindset. Because women, the thing about women is they'll say they love you and, oh my God, I love you so much. And God, you just mean the world to me. Go ahead and go without a job, man. Go without a job. Go without no money and see how far that love goes. Go see how far that love goes, man. Man, I will never look. I listen to when a woman says she loves me, but a part of me, just a small part of me is like, okay, because I know women, they love you until they don't need you, or they feel like you can't do anything for them anymore. A lot of women are like that. Money Green, is she in her 50s? I don't. Wow, really? I didn't know that. But boy, I love them titties on her, man. Boy, you can put me in a diaper and put me on her lap. I'm just going, I will suck them to sleep. You hear me? Yeah, man. I just chase money. So I'm, for me, building these websites, affiliate marketing, doing my YouTube streams, trading the market, finding a strategy that's going to, deliver me monthly income over and over and over again. Chase money, man, because, I and it's never happened to me where I've been like really hurt by a woman. I think every man's been somewhat hurt by a woman. When I was 19, I was messing with this girl who was like 23. Because when you're 19, like it's kind of cool to mess with an older chick. And I didn't have no paper like that, man. I couldn't take her to the movies or no real thing. And she was like, you need to get your bread up or some shit like that. Was a new saying at the time, You need to get your bread up or something like that. I'm like, bitch, I'm 19 years old. What the fuck I'm supposed to get money from? You know what I mean? So, yeah, she wouldn't let me hit no more. And at that time, I wasn't even fucking. I was just sucking titties. At the time, I was just really sucking titties and fingering and all that stuff. Because I come out of a church, background. My parents were really into church. So for a long time, I was just like, oh, I can't fuck, baby. I'm trying to do it for marriage. That was me for a long time, man. That was me for a long time, baby. That's for my wife. Yeah, that was me for a long time, nigga. Shit. When a nigga first got head, I was gyrating. That's how bad it was, nigga. I was gyrating, getting head. Oh my God. Yeah, bro. Yeah, but no, I didn't think Jelande was in her 50s. I would I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that. And it's crazy because yeah, man. And I had a but the thing is, I had a roommate who was getting it, man. This dude was, whew. This dude, I mean, I think I remember I just come home from class and he would just be beating it up in the damn, in the damn room. And freshman year, you get the damn, we didn't even have separate bedrooms at the time. I didn't get that until maybe my junior year of college. But my freshman year, we just had two little bunks. And I'd walk in the room and he'd be tapping some poor girl right there. He didn't give a fuck, you know. And he was one of them brothers that kind of started college late. You know what I mean? For those of you guys who've been to school, you had that one dude who was like 26 and he's a freshman. He was one of those dudes. So he was just like, he was older. So I'm just giving him his space, and he was having the time of his life. Look at her pics without makeup. Okay, I'll take a better look at it. I'll take a better look at it. But yeah, I didn't know she was over 50, man. All I know is she looks good for her age. When she, pulls herself together, she looks good. Terrence L, he said them breasts are too big for me. Ain't no such thing as breasts too big. Well, yeah, let me take that back. There could be, I think, what's that name of that black porn star? That's my limit. God, I think she's named after a car or something. Oh man, the one who just got pregnant. She just got pregnant by the dopiest looking dude in the world, man. She's got the little buck teeth. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. God damn. What is her name? Now I'm not trying to mess with my computer right now because I don't want to fuck up the stream. No, not Mercedes. God damn. She got the buck teeth. She's fine as hell. Maserati. There we go. Thank you. Maserati trip. That's as big as I'm willing to go. That's he say hates that. That's about as big as I'm willing to go. But I'm trying to get my girl to look a little bit like that. She's one of them's like, God damn, how you end up in porn? Like, if I could have found you, how the hell you end up in porn, man? How the hell how does a girl that fine end up in porn? Come on, man. I'm just like, oh, God. I used to say that a lot back in the day. I'm like, this girl is fine as hell. How the hell you end up doing this shit? You telling me you that fine you couldn't get a job that pay more than this? He said he hate that he know that. Maserati's fine as hell. That's a beautiful sister, man. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Yep, she's had a lot of ding dongs up in her. But that's a fine ass sister, man. That's a fine ass sister. Body is right. Not too big, not too small. But yeah, she just got pregnant by the dopiest looking dude in the world, man. I saw a picture of her baby daddy. I was like, are you serious? You been in the game that long. You got this many dudes out here thirsty for you, and you end up with that? He said probably abused as a child. Yeah, I heard they got issues. I saw a documentary about women in adult entertainment. They got issues mentally that they end up in that shit. In fact, I saw an article of another porn star that just recently got saved or something like that, and now she's preaching. What's his name? Forrest. What was that actor a couple years ago? Starts on the F. He was on the Matrix. I forgot his name. The brother that was on the Matrix. His daughter. Remember, his daughter went crazy for a minute, and she turned her life around. So it seems like mental illness, tragic events, it plays into a part of why a lot of women end up in that professionally, in terms of professional. But yeah, you got the amateur side where it's just, some nigga who just like, yo, let me get you to suck my dick on my camera real quick. Forrest Whitaker. No, not Forrest Whitaker. He said Forrest Whitaker. Not Forrest Whitaker. Yeah, Montana Fishburne. Yeah, Fishburne. There we go. Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. He said, remember the girl from Family Matters? She never did porn. Laura? Please tell me Laura didn't end up doing porn. Oh, please tell me Laura didn't end up doing porn. Oh, man. Okay, good. Yeah. I was like, man, I thought she'd end up doing some real shit, man, but doing some bigger movies. The little sister, she ended up doing porn? The little sister. Oh, please tell me she didn't. The little sister was fine as hell too. Yeah. Yeah, nigga used to beat his meat to Laura. Man, that's crazy. The little sister used to do porn. Okay, I didn't know that. I have to see what's up with that. I have to see her work. I'm going to have to see her work. How'd you get into that with him as your dad? Who are you talking to? Oh, you must be talking to someone else. How you get into that with him? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, you mean Lawrence Fishburne? Yeah, that's crazy. But the thing about it is, man, just because you have a celebrity father don't mean he helping you out, man. Because a lot of these brothers, I mean, brothers sometimes, man, they're weird, man. You could have a dude in the family that's mega successful and he's not really, sharing the blessing, man. He's not really sharing the blessing. Not everybody is lucky enough to get a Wayans family. You know what I mean? See, the Wayans family, they all about getting each other in the business, Even though they're all incredibly talented, but they all got caked up. They all got each other in there. You know what I mean? Pop's got his son and daughter. Everybody getting a chance. So, brothers are weird sometimes, man. Like, you can get money and he just act like, if you are a man, your children are supposed to feel the blessing you receive, man. It should be a blessing for you to spend money on your child. These white folks got, they kids out here driving BMW, this and that. But a nigga will have $3 million and say, man, now my kid gotta go drive that Taurus or some shit like that, man. Niggas are weird, bro. Any tickets for what? Yeah. I'm gonna have to see what was up with that. Jamie Foxworth? Who's that? Who does Jamie Foxworth? So that's a good example not to be. Yeah. Exactly, man. It's a good example not to be. One brother who's a big time player, I wish he would lock himself down and get something, is Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, I think, could be an incredible example to a lot of people, but man, he just, he was dating this white chick who was just like, what, like Jamie Foxx, who was used to be Tom Cruise's ex-girl, and I'm like, brother, all the sisters in the world that you can go get, you went and got her? That's when I know Hollywood can fuck your head up, man. Jamie Foxx, if I was Jamie Foxx, the type of women that I'd be smashing? If I was Jamie Foxx and walk in a room and take the whole room, the brother can sing, No, I think he was doing a little dancing way back. He can act his ass off. And he was dating some woman who was basically a washed up actress from the early 2000s that she wasn't even really getting no books, no booking like that. I think he's moved on to something else, but you know, Jamie Foxx is a incredible actor. Incredible actor. And I think he still can get to that Denzel level if he would just, brace himself a little bit and get on Denzel level. Denzel been with the same woman for like 25 years, 30 years. Lawrence Fishburne even tried to stop the distribution. Yeah, man. Again, I don't know what the situation was with that, but that I don't know how Lawrence Fishburne handles his money. You know what I'm saying? Was he putting his daughter in a position where she didn't have to do some shit like that? But I also remember that was at the time when you had Paris Hilton and, they were still out there. The Kardashians were starting to pop off. So you had a lot of, young women of Hollywood who were trying to do something to get out there, right? So this could have been just her trying to get out there, trying to be famous, but that don't work for black girls. That shit don't work for black girls, man. That they be trying to do shit on social media to pop off. That don't work for you. A white girl can do that shit. How about that? How about that? What you gonna do? And blow up from that. But it don't work for you like that. A lot of black women just don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You had this one sister who went into a damn Winn-Dixie and took some ice cream and licked it. They was looking for her for days, man. Now she might be facing some charges, and the shit is getting real deep. People forgot about that case, but she basically fighting for her life right now. People forgot about that, but you don't see nobody doing that, licking ice cream no more. Them white folks is not playing with you with that. When it come to their food, they don't play no games. Jamie could get Nicole Murphy, Beyonce type. Yeah, Jamie could get himself a fine woman, man. Jamie Foxx could get himself a fine young woman. But he out here, man, but that's Holly weird for you, man. He's in that different level. Fucking with Tom Cruise and the scientists and all them. I forgot what kind of religion Tom Cruise is in, some type of weird ass cult. Yeah, Katie Holmes is horrible. She's ugly. She ain't got no titties, no ass. She just looks like a small little boy. I feel sorry for Jamie. I'm like, I know he cheating. Every Thursday, bro. I mean, see, why I keep saying Thursday? Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 9 right now. Yeah, I already know Jamie Foxx is cheating. Scientology, yeah. Oh yeah, he probably got a sister from the hood he beat up every night after he done with her. Yeah, I don't think he's still with Katie Holmes, but kind of like LeBron. I want to believe that LeBron is a faithful husband. I really want to believe that, but something about LeBron James, man, that just tells me he got something going on the side. Maybe I'm being too hard on him, but something just tells me he got something going on the side that we might find out about later on. I want to believe it. I want to believe that LeBron James is a faithful, loyal man to his kids. He ain't cheating on his girl or nothing. But I don't know, man. I just don't believe that he's been with the same woman since he was 16 years old. Something tells me there's been other things going on since he's been in the NBA that we may not know about. and we may not never know about. You know what I mean? You don't know how she managed her home. They might be on the Will Smith shit where it's an open relationship. You know what I'm saying? They may be on that Will Smith shit. You know? But yeah, let me get up out of here though. And you guys have a good rest of your week. But to wrap up what I was saying about the markets, man, right now, we've set an all-time high. We're just trying to get back above there. I think we do get back above there, but we're topping out now, man. We're starting to top out a little bit. It's becoming very clear. That's why everybody gets so nervous. I appreciate you, Moya Sauce. More of that is coming too. More of those podcasts is coming. You know, because I got a lot of stories, and I want to start getting some girls on the podcast. I've been saying that for a while, but I really do want to get some women on the podcast. I can never get them live. I've had so many girls back out to try to get them live on here because I don't know what it is about black women and getting online. They give each other way too much value on their opinions, man. That's what I hate. I don't want to say, maybe hate is too strong of a word, but they value each other's opinion way too much. And it'll be somebody who can't do shit for them. Like, goddamn. You know, just come on and just have a conversation. That's why, you know, there's so few black women speaking online. And that's why when you do have a black woman who's attractive and speaking, all the dudes want to see what she's about. Because it's so rare. It's so rare because there's just no boldness at all for these platforms at all by a lot of black women. They just don't. I don't know where it's just a lack of. I don't know how to explain it, man. I don't really know how to explain it, but they could just be doing so much more in terms of an internet presence. But the women who do are just caking up, man. They're just caking up. This is the same 10, 20 women on YouTube. You can't get a girl to come on YouTube for nothing. Oh, my hair not done. My hair today. Come on, man. I just want to hear people just want to hear what you got to say as a woman. You know, not every opportunity is somebody looking at you or trying to, you know, I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard. That's all. But just know that I've tried, man. I've tried to get women to come on the show and just kick it. You know, I set you a chair. I got another camera. We'll put a camera on and just kick it, man. You know, but let me put some money on it. It'll be right in here. You know, let me put some money on it. It'll be right in here. But especially if she broke, you know. But it's sad that our people gotta, you know, you always gotta put some money on our people to get something done. You know. I appreciate you, Pro Woman J. You said the best looking women live in the hood. Absolutely. That's the truth. The most beautiful women, you know, live for the most part in the hood, man. The most beautiful women live in the hood. I will say that to my dying days. I've been to uppity Negro homes. I've been to middle class Negro homes. You know, just the finest, most beautiful women. You will find them more than likely in the hood. In a predominantly poor part of town. And she got a little stupid little job and she's just kind of doing her thing. She is fine as hell. And but the mentality ain't there though. The mentality, you know, ain't really there. But the physical, and it's just like, God, you are a beautiful sister. You are one beautiful sister. What type of show you think a woman would be good at? Oh man, anything that she's talented at, man. I just want to see more black women online. I just want to see more black women on YouTube, just doing something, getting active, being being a participant and then being consistent. You go to some of these sisters on YouTube, they'll make one video every 6 months, one video every 3 months. Not really consistent with it. Like, be a part of what's going on out here. Let your voice be heard. Don't be hiding on Twitter. Twitter is their thing. They love Twitter because they can hide behind a fake face and all that stuff. That's where they spit their venom, is on Twitter. No, get your face up on here. Let people hear what you got to say. Talk about politics. Talk about family. Talk about, when it comes to talking about interracial dating, when it talks about, that's when they love to make a video. When it's a video to try to make somebody feel bad, right? Or to talk about why you hate something, or stunt their interracial family. That's when we love to do that. But when it just comes down just to kick it with the people and let your voice be heard, I don't know why that's so hard to do. But the women who do it, people show them so much love. People show them so much love, and that's why they make such good money. The women who are consistent, they got a little dating channel, advice channel, or they got a little relationship advice channel, same thing. But, whatever it is that they do, the makeup or whatever, and if they're consistent, they make good money. They make good money. Because I'm telling you right now, man, we got too many sisters out here who got these little, tacky liberal arts degrees, and, the way computers are going, you're gonna be in a world of pain if you don't figure out another way to find some income. We got a lot of sisters who love the corporate plantation, and the corporate plantation is getting smaller and it's getting automated, and they don't need you. They don't need you. And what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You need to build a personal brand. You need to go out there, do something, to make some other income. Yeah, women give great advice. Exactly. Women give great advice. And black women give great advice. Black women give really good advice, particularly when it comes to men or issues about life or children. They speak from the heart, and they speak from a very godly place. I think black women are very spiritually connected in that way. When they're really talking about something that they have knowledge about, and not just, spitting shit and giggles. It can be very moving word or very moving testimony. Say a bunch of sisters are killing mostly in beauty and gossip. Yeah, beauty, gossip. But the problem is that it's so few of them. There could be a lot more. There should be, it should be a competition. It should be so many, black women on that it's hard to figure out who you want to listen to. You know what I mean? There should be a lot of voices on that. Yeah, absolutely, man. 5G is going to change a lot of things. The next decade is going to be very, very interesting. We're going to see how power is going to be wielded, particularly in this country. We got some really strong changing demographics that are happening nationwide. When you look at this country, where you're seeing, particularly out in the suburbs and further out, you got whole cities that are dying, right? You're seeing a very strong decline in white population that's outside of major cities, right? And I'm not talking like the suburb, I'm talking out there. When you're driving from one city to another and you see that one house that's like back there, that person, So what's going to happen to those areas when that population, does what naturally occurs. They get old and they die. And particularly in state elections, what you see is that those areas are one, overwhelmingly conservative, but they also weighted differently. So now when the population turns, right, shrinks, the weight isn't there. You know, how does it affect state government? How does it affect, you know, we're already seeing it. We're already seeing it in the election of Donald Trump, right? We're already seeing it in that. So, and that he's basically the reaction of that, outside of just hatred for Barack Obama and hatred for seeing black folks happy, because that's one thing they really don't like, is when they see black folks happy. Racist white folks do not like to see happy black people. That's why they were so glad to vote for Donald Trump. They do not like to see happy black people. Because remember, they think your happiness is too loud. Like, why they laugh so loud? Oh my God, these people laugh so loud. They talk so loud. They hate your joy. Your joy makes them very unhappy. So, he's a response to that. You know, you couldn't have Trump without Obama. If it was just any other white dude, Trump wouldn't even gotten close. Wouldn't even gotten close. So, they hate your joy. They hate to see you happy, hate to see you smile, hate to see you, you know, rich, hate to see you living good, feeling good, looking good. You know, makes them disgusted. Makes them disgusted. I appreciate you, Stock Boy. Yes, indeed. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Like I said, we on a journey together, man. MillionaireTradingAcademy.com, or whatever strategy you're doing. You know, we on a journey together where we're just trying to, you know, live a decent life and make something of ourselves in this, you know, in this system. It's about to cut food stamps. Yeah, you know, they're cutting food stamps now and stuff like that. You know, anything to you know, again, they're willing to suffer their own people to create pain in the group they hate the most. That's why, you know, a lot of people who think everything is about class, the Bernie Sanders of the world, they think everything is about class, when a lot of times it's really about race. You know what I'm saying? That's why poor whites vote Republican. They vote against their own interests because they ain't really trying to share nothing with you. So it's not about class, because if it was about class, poor whites wouldn't vote Republican if it was about class. You know? So it's some real deep shit, man. Some real deep shit. And I'm glad that I got my channel back, man, because my channel for a while, I had gotten too straight-laced, so I wasn't able to say some of the things I wanted to say. So when I did get into it, like, oh, man, come on. Talk about stocks, man. God, you always talk about that black stuff. And it used to affect me, because I'm like, oh, God, well, I don't want to fuck with my little paper that I was making on YouTube, and, you know, but now I got a real strategy. I don't fucking need YouTube money like that. That's why I was able to. And then I got Black Box. Thank God for Black Box. I figured out affiliate marketing, all that. So now I can really talk the way I want to talk. And them clowns is gone. Yeah, them clowns is gone. Thank God. Yeah, because y'all remember the days I used to have 150, 160 people up in here. And most of them were racist as hell. I'm gonna lie, couldn't stand Obama. Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't like the guy either, but you know, I'll take Obama before the Decepticon we got in office now. You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like, again, he wasn't really no real brother like that. That's the problem, is that he wasn't really a brother, you know? That's what bothers me the most about him, is that he really wasn't. Like, he got the lingo down, but he just, in his heart, he wasn't a brother. And we didn't see that, and I didn't see it. We weren't able to see it. But looking back on it, I see moments now. You know what I mean? I see moments now where we could have figured it out. But, you know what I mean? And he's different, man. He's different because when you got a black dad and a white mom, typically you go extra. You go extra hard. You know, when you got a black dad and a white mom, that's why they talk about if you ever date a mixed race girl, if she's got a black dad and a white mom, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. If she's got a white dad and a black mom, that's where you got to be careful because a lot of times the black mom has venom for black society and the black dad has venom for black men. A lot of times that's a relationship where they're both anti-black society because, you know, that's why the mom will have a very, the black mom, she's typically very dark skinned and then she'll have a very white lexicon, right? She'll speak like a white woman, have her hairstyle like a white woman almost. And the white guy, he's got, you know, conservative leanings, you know, and he's like, not, you know what I mean? It's not all the time, but it's a strong overwhelming percentage of them are like that. Yeah. So if you're going to date somebody or if they've got a white mom, and that's why a lot of brothers were cool with Obama because he had a white mom and a black dad. So it's like, oh, okay. All right. Because again, in that situation, as a brother, your white mom can't teach you how to be black. So what happens is you go out to the community and the community teaches you how to be black. So it's like, okay, he's a real one because he had to come out here to learn. You know. Whereas, you know, you ever seen a biracial dude with a white dad? He is coon number one. What's the called? The Hughes brothers? The Hughes brothers. They've got white dads. If I'm not mistaken. And you see they're on that Trump shit, talking about Trump and fuck liberals and, you know, racism. And what racism? I don't see any racism. Do you see racism? You know? Yeah. So that's a big one. Say you like Trump over Obama. Yeah, I mean the only thing I like Trump is because he woke up people out here. There are a lot of people who were asleep that they're not sleeping no more. You got a whole lot of woke folks up here now. So a lot of people they recognize shit now because for a lot of that stuff, you know, back in the day it was like, oh man, you just hotep or, you know, you all about that black power shit or, you know what I mean? But now people recognize game, you know. So he woke up a lot of people. Yeah. So let me give you guys time to rest. I know a lot of you guys got to go to work in the morning. Shout out to Black Box Stocks. Appreciate your support. MillionaireTradingAcademy.com is my website. Make sure you visit that. Sign up for my course. Always updating it. Hot material. Trying to get 4% a month for the rest of our lives so we can end up being filthy, dirty rich. That's all we trying to do, man. And it's a method that works. You just got to be consistent. Yeah, I love Black Box. Shout out to Black Box Stocks, man. If you got the time, man, if you got the time to be in front of a computer, there's no better platform to trade using but Black Box Stocks and your broker. Appreciate you, Stockerfella. Shout out to everybody who was in the chat room with me. I appreciate everybody who was watching. All right. Let me sign out the way I do, giving my thanks to everybody who was watching. All right. Let me see here. Who was in the building? Oh shit, it's loud as fuck. Hold on. So it's too loud. Shit. I appreciate everybody who was in here. Patrick, Lindsay, thank you. Dawson Ubers Eats. Life for a Business, appreciate you, brother. Yes, indeed. Always a good show, man. Always good to kick it with y'all, man. You know, that's the thing. Brothers got to kick it like this online. I know some of you guys watch O'Shea Duke Jackson. Some of you guys watch other. You know, these are kind of things that are always positive. Where, you know, getting a bunch of brothers in just to kick it, man. You know, if you don't have an opportunity to do this where you at, you know, this is just another way to do it online, man. So I know a lot of you guys feed off this energy, and I just try to be positive with it, keep you guys abreast on what's happening out here. But at the same time, you know, I'm all about making sure that we get conducive education to get better, you know, so we're not just shooting this shit. We got to make sure the money is right and focus on what's important. Eban R, appreciate you, man. Jason Gatewood, appreciate you. Londale Carter, appreciate you. All right, who else was in here? Vector 313, Moya Sauce, Mitch, Pro Woman J, Terrence, Legendary Eights, Bigger, KH. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. And then throughout the week, I put out podcasts. I probably got another podcast coming tomorrow. I think the podcast is what I can put out, you know, every day, because I can just knock them out real quick. You know, 20, 30 minutes, I have one out. And I just, you know, spitting off rip. I'm not preparing nothing. I'm just kind of shooting off whatever I'm thinking about, and people have been pretty receptive to it. And based on what I saw yesterday, I see the kind of stories y'all like to hear. So, but what I want to do is I want to get some women on here. I want to get some women on here so we can talk about, you know, money, talk about relationships, how they look at money, what they think about it. So just get the women's point of view on how they think about money and how men manage money and what it looks like to them. I think that would be really good to listen to. No dividend stocks, man. I don't do no dividend stocks. I ain't got time to wait for that, man. I you know, that's why you got to get my course, because my course, you know, once you learn how to use spreads, how to sell options, you're not gonna wait for no dividends, man. You're not gonna wait for that. You can still get it if it works for you. Go get it, man. If it works for you, I support it, man. I just want everybody to get rich at the end of the day. Whatever strategy you use, I just want you to get rich. This is America. There's more than enough money out here for everybody. They just not telling us how to get the money. So that's why we got to get the information and share it among each other. All right? Because this game has been purposely not told to us. You know, purposely, man. You got people finding out for the first time at 35 years old, like the other day. This man didn't know what, you know, the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. He's like, I mean, he knew something of it, but he didn't know it was something he can get money out of. It's crazy. So yeah, we gotta share this knowledge, and then we gotta act on it. Anyway, let me not keep going. Till next time, trade well, everyone. Take care. I'm out.